a yummy tea that I'm trying.
Ooh.
So let's see. Okay, I believe we're
A
on.
yummy tea that I'm trying.
Oops.
Oh,
It's doing the echo
yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so I am trying it's called white ginger pear, and it's
Ooh.
from a selection that my mom sent to me that like I don't know, somebody at church, I guess always ends up with a bunch of tea for some reason. Like my
Okay.
mom takes it and then mails it to me, and then I open them all up. It's loose leaf, so I open them all up, split it into two different tea bags, and then mail one tea bag of each kind to Nancy. so
Oh, okay.
so I sent her a similar looking. Oh wait, here we go. It's like full of different tea bags.
Ah,
They're all, I mean,
nice.
they're labeled, but
Yeah.
this is what the original package looked like. This pretty little pear. So
Okay.
it's
Hmm.
pretty good. It's nice. I like it. White
Hmm.
ginger pear. Um,
Interesting.
and I'm
And
drinking out my
AI
little
is not,
purse.
yeah, I was going to say, yeah, your little purse.
Mhm. Yeah, I
Yeah.
can't show you how it turns
Wait,
without pouring
no,
tea
no.
on my leg.
I was going to try. Is it iced tea by any chance?
Yeah, nope.
Oh,
It's nice and hot.
oh, how to influence other people on your Zoom call. Just turn your cup through 90 degrees for me,
Right.
and I will watch you scream and run away.
That's good. So
So,
I have to show you, we were talking about how it's messing with the AI backgrounds. So I got
hmm
to show you one of them that it gave me the first time because I was like, this is really good. It's like perfect AI. Okay, so the very first one, it was like, oh, that's like light and bright, right? It could never
Yes.
figure out how to do light and bright again because I was like, I don't want to look like I'm laying on the table. Like I want it to
Yes.
wiggle.
hmm
So then when I said like tea room decorated for Valentine's Day, okay, now what do you notice about my table?
That there is a guy proposing with a rose that hiding under the table with nobody to actually give the rose to.
That's what I say. I was like, I think it's just an arm. There's nobody attached to the arm. It's just an
Yeah,
arm at the table.
just an. Look, you know why? Because
Why?
it's an armchair.
Oh, Jesus, that's good. You're so quick with this.
Sorry,
So
that
then
that
I
was good
tried,
actually.
and then I was like, okay, so then it was still pretty dark. And then this one was lighter, but then it just kind of looks like a normal tea room. So here's my Valentine's tea room that I think I'm sticking with
Okay.
for this week and next week.
Well, there must be a problem with my AI because everything I give it,
Oh, it doesn't
it
like it?
says I'm not able to. I've even put it down to 3 words, and it
What
still can't do it.
really? What three
Romantic,
words?
romantic tea room.
Right. And it can't
I,
figure it out.
I'm not able to help with requests like that.
That's funny. I put tea room decorated for Valentine's Day. Because
Yeah.
at first I was
hmm
like a Valentine's themed tea party, and then it was like that was too. I needed to like walk it through
Yeah.
what it was. Like, well, you have to decorate the tea room for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
So give me my tea room and then decorate it. But so
It
you
doesn't
were
like it.
oh
Ooh. No, it's now give me search meeting chats and whatever. So I'm just gonna have to go with one of my other ones.
one of your
So
regular ones. So you were
yeah,
very sick last week, correct?
I was. Yes,
Yeah.
I was.
What sickness did you
Getting.
get? Because you haven't been
Well,
healthy very long. I feel like you were
yeah,
just sick.
exactly. It was. I guess a food poisoning.
Oh no.
So yeah, we went out last Thursday to get a blood test done for how quick the blood coagulates, and then we had to
Mhm.
do it twice because the first one failed.
Okay.
And then there was a barbecue restaurant literally 50 feet away, 100 yards
Yeah.
away from the labs. Oh, let's have lunch here. Save
Yeah.
going home to cook because it was at lunchtime. And barbecue restaurants, if you know, is grilled meats.
hmm
So theoretically, they're fresh. Okay, it was about 2:30, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So it was a
Right.
little bit late for lunch, but there were other people there being
Yeah.
served. They have salad bar.
Uh-huh.
and then they have kind of a hot plate with various other foods on.
Right.
Now, when they came around with a spiced sausage, I felt I don't know if you ever noticed sometimes you find something old in your freezer and then you cook it, it's kind of got that freezer burn taste
Yeah,
to
yeah,
it.
yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, it kind of had that flavor to it, so I thought, oh, I'm not going to eat any
Interesting.
more of that. I
Yeah,
don't know
yeah,
if
yeah.
it was because usually they're all fresh meat, so I don't know
Right.
why it had that taste. Katia had chicken, which is about all she does, and a little bit of beef and some salad bar. I had many salad bar items, but thinking about it, I did have grilled salmon. But the
Oh,
grilled salmon was cooked really well, wasn't
yeah.
dry, and it wasn't raw, and
Right.
so I went, okay, that looks
Right.
fine. But now thinking about it, there's a dish that they have here, and I'm sure they have it everywhere else.
Mm-hmm.
But basically it's made out of crab meat mixed
Mm-hmm.
with, let's say, potato and cheese, and sometimes they're served on like a little shell sort of
Oh,
thing,
okay. Yeah.
and then put in the oven and roasted and come out all
Oh,
hot.
nice.
Nice, tasty.
Yeah, that sounds good.
I had a spoonful of that, and I'm wondering,
Uh,
was it that
what's that?
because that's set on the hot plate for maybe most of the lunch hour?
Maybe. Yeah.
But as
But
it's hot, it shouldn't have gone off
yeah, yeah,
unless
yeah.
they reused it from the day before. I don't know.
Right, right, right. Oh. So
So yeah,
so
it
Kachi
was
did not get sick. It was just you. You were the only one
yeah,
that
I
got
wasn't
sick.
sick. Yeah, I was dealing with the consequences of what went through
Oh.
my stomach
Oh
in all
no.
directions. So it's like, oh,
Oh,
hello,
it's the
porcelain
worst.
bowl.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
especially when you're trying to decide which is the most appropriate exit is going to come out first.
Right, right. Yep. Sometimes
Trying to think,
sometimes you
how
have
do
to
I put
hold the
that
trash
politely?
can.
Yes, yeah,
Yes.
it's like double.
Yeah.
Which one? Um, so that was Friday. I had a meeting Friday morning, and I said to her, I'm gonna have to go. I'm really feeling like if I'm gonna
Yeah, yeah,
faint
yeah.
because I've got hot, clammy, and lightheaded
Oh,
all
yeah,
at the
yeah,
same
yeah.
time. And she said, "Oh, I don't think I had breakfast this morning. That's what it is. Your blood sugars." No, it wasn't.
Mm.
Lay down for a few hours. Came back and then had another meeting. That lasted about 14 minutes. I said, "I'm gonna have to go."
Oh,
Meeting was
yeah.
over anyhow, so it wasn't that bad. Again, trash can or
Yep.
bowl, which one do I need?
Yes.
And sorted that out, and I came straight back after about 20 minutes
Oh
and
my
just
gosh.
cancelled everything. Just
That's what I was gonna say. It was like you just kept trying to work. That's crazy. Yeah.
yeah. But normally, if you have an upset stomach
Yeah.
as such, it's like, oh, I can cope for that. And in between meetings, you just say, oh,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
running 10 minutes late, and you can
Right,
go
right, right.
and come back.
Right.
But when you're not sure from which side
Right,
you're
right.
gonna be,
Yeah, yeah.
it takes
And
longer. And I went, no, I don't want to be hot. I don't want to sit
that's what I
there
say when
and
you start feeling like hot and clammy and just like, ugh, you can't
yeah,
focus. I feel like you can't
no.
focus on anything else, like anything
Well, you
work
can't. No,
related.
you can't focus on. Well, you're
Yeah.
focused on one thing. You're just hoping it's not noticeable when you're on camera.
Right, right. Exactly.
And knowing that I have a case when I get really bad stomach, it has
Mhm.
been known that I can like just faint. Boom.
Oh, oh gosh. Oh no.
So when I get lightheaded and a bad
Mhm.
stomach, that's when Katia gets concerned because she's like, "Oh, are you okay? Are you still
Uh-oh.
there? Yeah, I'm here." And I think Kat had already gone out, so I knew
Oh, right.
that if I get leave it too long,
Right.
my blood pressure
Yeah,
my
you're
blood pressure
messed up.
just drops so low that
Really?
the body just says, "Oh, blood pressure low, not enough oxygen and blood to the head. We'll do that. We'll switch off." Boom. That's why I fall over.
Oh my gosh. Um,
Um, and I hadn't noticed it until probably I moved to Brazil.
mhm.
But looking back through the years when I've
All
had a
right.
really bad stomach,
Mm-hmm.
that's what happens. And I was just
Huh.
saying the story to somebody the other day. It was the end of year. I was working in corporate in the UK. My mum was in hospital. They had a stomach infection, bud. I got it that night,
Ugh,
went home up most of the evening, going to work on a Saturday to finish off the year-end
yeah.
results, go to the bathroom because I don't feel great, which you would.
Right.
And then after about 10, 15 minutes or so, I wake up, there I am in the cubicle or in the store
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
with the toilet basin on this side and the wall on this side, and I'm resting on my hands and I can't get up.
Oh
maximum waste between the
no.
two. I had literally passed out
You
and fell
passed out and just
straight
gone
in the
straight
gap.
down. Oh,
Straight in the gap. Thankfully, I didn't hurt myself.
yeah, 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 right. Yeah, you didn't hit your head.
No,
Oh
of
my
course.
gosh.
What does the corporation do? 999 or 911.
Oh,
Get
did
this
that?
man
Yeah,
to
yeah, yeah.
hospital. Yeah. So I
Oh
sit
my
there
gosh.
and tell them how I got this. Went, oh yeah, well in that case, we're going to keep you in for 3 days. We're going to put you into the same ward as your mum. I went,
Oh,
but
gotcha.
but it's a woman's ward. Oh, sorry, we got private rooms. I went, oh, okay.
That's funny. So you got to what? You got to share a room with your mom at the hospital?
No, no, not
Oh,
quite.
okay.
No,
Yeah,
no,
not
no, no,
same
because
room.
they have a general ward and then they
Yeah.
have little wards with just one
Oh,
bed in it.
okay.
But yeah, the look on my mum's face when I arrived on a stretcher bed, like, what? Because her bed was like the second one in front of the door. So
Right.
she'd
Oh
see
my
everybody
goodness.
that was coming in and out and like, what's
Oh
going
my
on?
gosh. Oh my goodness.
I thought I'd come and visit you early. I know
Mhm.
not due until 4:30, but it's only like
Right.
2 o'clock.
That's good. Well,
So yeah,
I'm glad that you're better.
thank
Um,
you.
yes,
Yes.
and yes, and like we discussed already, I had the cocktail hour tea reception
Hmm. Yeah.
at the wedding, and that yeah went great. And for well, it is still chilly here. Actually, right now it's 60, but it feels cooler even than 60, even with the sun out. But
Mm.
the last couple weeks has been cold and like dipping down to where we have our like freeze warnings, and I think it got down to like 27 or something, which is like
Mm.
crazy for here. And so the couple who hired me, they did not know this at the time when they hired me, right? That the weather would be extra cold, but it basically ended up being even better because as the guests came in from outside, like the wedding was in a church, but they had to, come across whatever. So
Mm.
by the time they come inside, it's like, oh, hot tea. Like, right, it's chilly outside, hot tea.
Hot tea.
Yeah,
Nice.
so
Good
it would have been
thinking.
good anyway. Yeah, but it happened to
Yeah.
work out even better with the weather. Yeah,
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? When you think about it, if the colder days coming in for hot tea, it's like, oh, that's very nice
yeah.
thinking. It's like brownie points.
Right, right. It is. Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, Peanut,
yeah.
you want to say hi? Hi.
Hi. Should I call you Peanut
Yeah.
now, or should I?
Slee's house. Okay, thank you for telling me. Okay, do you want your little phone? No. Okay. All
How, how did she
right.
vanish? She turned her back and vanished. It's like,
I know she disappeared into the wall.
yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, okay. So your AI decided to start working, or is that one you've had before?
No, this is one I had
Oh,
before.
okay. I like your pastries.
Yes. Yeah. I
Nice.
I don't know. It's just I'm unable to help requests like that.
Huh, interesting.
Very odd.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was because of my last meeting run over slightly time that it
Hmm.
would end up by taking resources away for it to process, but that's now stopped
Oh, okay.
regenerating the
Right.
meeting, and it's still not. So yeah, but I remember last time we tried using it, it wasn't that great.
Yeah, it's like it's always like hit or miss for me. But
Mm.
I don't know if you noticed that we're not choppy at all today. So
True.
I
Yes.
switched back to my old laptop for Zoom only because I did tea
Uh,
with Nancy on Wednesday, I think.
hmm.
And it was the same, and I was tried the new, the newer computer with the internet
Yeah.
plugged straight in, and it was
Hmm.
still doing it. And so I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just like set it up so the camera is at this one, and then I can use the other one for everything else. Like that's fine.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it's like having a dual computer, isn't it? I do my
yeah,
video calls here and I take my notes here.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, it works out fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm like, all right,
Yeah.
great. Um,
Unless there's a transcript going on your video, then it's going to be on the old computer.
oh right. Well, yes. I usually have it emails me like
Ah,
the
yes, that's
the
true.
the assets, the meeting assets. It always
Oh,
fun.
yes. Hmm. Yeah, of course.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I looked today. I have not finished it, but there was a new royal report out, and I was like halfway
Mm,
through. So
okay.
the biggest news is that there is at least one new person coming out accusing Andrew of something.
Mm.
So for those who don't remember, Virginia Jeffries was the first one to do it, and it was a while ago, and
Yeah.
now she's, they did a settle. It was like never a criminal trial or whatever. They settled it civilly, whatever,
Yeah.
out of court. Um, but uh Jack Royce, but so the new one, she's not claiming she was underage or anything. She is
Mm.
saying she was like brought by Epstein, of course.
Yeah.
And so it becomes a human trafficking issue. But
Mm.
the and there are emails that I guess have already been found or released or whatever, like where Epstein's emailing Andrew around 2010 after apparently Epstein got out of prison the first time, when
Oh,
Andrew wasn't
yeah.
friends with him anymore.
Uh-huh.
And he's
Yeah.
emailing back and forth and is like, how are you doing, or how does it feel to be free, or something like that, or and
Mm.
like then he's like, well, uh I have someone that I think you'd like to have dinner with. And he's like, oh,
Um,
okay, sure. Like whoever, I'm gonna be in such and such place until this, but I can be in London such and such time for dinner.
mm.
And so he's like, just go ahead and give her my contact information so we can set it up. And I guess Epstein said she's 26, she's Russian, she's beautiful, she's intelligent, and she's trustworthy. Is a keyword.
Ooh. Trustworthy in the hyper
Yeah, yeah,
bold text.
yeah. And apparently there are similar themes with Epstein's emails when he's talking about different girls, is that
Mm.
they're like either reliable or trustworthy. Like, it's sort of like
Okay.
they know to keep secrets. But
Yeah.
but Andrew had her at Royal Lodge. She stayed the night, I
Mm.
guess, at Royal Lodge at some point, and invited her to Buckingham Palace to give her a tour around Buckingham Palace, and had
Right.
tea there apparently.
Ooh.
So Jack Royston is basically like, you know, what are they gonna find? Because there's got to be, if she's going to Buckingham Palace, like there's gonna be records, right, of like every guest
Yeah.
that comes through, kind of thing.
I would have thought so, yeah.
Yeah, and also just saying that like, so he had a guest on who apparently is, I forget what it's called, but he's basically like anti-monarchy, like a group
Hmm.
head of that.
Yeah.
So um but he brought him on to talk about like sort of what this could mean for the reputation of the monarchy and whatnot. And
Mm.
so this guy brought up a good point. He was saying that like if they try to do like a payout thing again, like they did for
Mm.
Virginia Jeffries, that's
Yeah.
not going to go over well. They're like,
Yeah.
it wasn't great when he did it with the Queen, but it was sort of like, like we didn't know the extent of how bad everything
Hmm.
was, and also
Yeah.
like it's the Queen, so like we don't want to think that she's bad like that.
Y- Yeah. I
But
think
yeah,
you're
but like
right.
now that she's gone, it's like Charles, you can't like yeah, keep
Well,
protecting
not,
him.
well, it's a different relationship. He's his brother. The
Hmm.
other one, the relationship was is my son.
Right, right,
And, and I'm sure if Mumsy's here now, she would definitely side with, well, I would do anything to protect my son and daughter,
right,
where the if she was to list out 20 things that she would protect against,
right.
and we ask you the same question or your
Mhm.
brother, I dare say a lot of them would be in a different order and maybe even different things on that
Right.
list.
That's true. Yeah.
And even though you're the same family,
Right,
would you stand by your brother if they were, let's take the most obvious, you murdered somebody? Well,
right.
yes, but what about if, well, I don't know if you've heard the news in Brazil,
Hmm.
what's going on,
I don't,
of
probably not. No.
some young teenage boys killed a dog on the beach,
Oh,
and then they went to Disneyland afterwards.
oh,
And it's caused a huge worldwide
yeah,
discussion going on because they're like 16 or 17-year-olds.
yeah,
So they
Sorry,
are
is there a Disney in Brazil?
no, no.
No.
So they actually
Okay.
came to, we're assuming Orlando.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Um, and of course now they're saying, well, they should be treated as an adult. And the parents theoretically went to the doorman and threatened him with a gun to hand over his cell phone if he had any information about what he recorded or what he saw. And
Mhm.
everybody that goes to this beach has this dog comes up to him and he's like, "Oh, friends to play with," and he'll lean on your shoulder and you stroke him. So the dog was loved by everybody. It wasn't a
Oh,
vicious dog or anything. And I'm not sure, three or four, I think it's four boys, just decided to lure him away and ended up by killing it.
jeez. Ugh.
So now, with that public opinion,
Yeah.
that the boys are marked and targeted. You know,
Hmm.
the people posting videos saying, "Hey, if you want to come and play with my dog, then they're waiting to play with you." And you see
Oh,
the
right,
great big
right.
vicious Rottweilers and all those sort
Sure.
of dogs, sort of thing. Um, the parents are really wealthy. I think they sent one of the sons have gone to Australia now to avoid publicity. When they
Hmm.
arrived back in Brazil, they had police escorts to where they live and all those sort of
Gotcha.
things.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, it's all
They're not the
very,
average citizens.
they're not the average citizens, but they
Mhm.
own a five-star luxury hotel. So all the hotel, not the hotel, all the holiday vacation
Right.
platforms have now dismissed them from their platform.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's that sort of level.
Oh,
So
that's
now, so now when you think about that,
yeah,
if your brother murdered a person, well, if it's in self-defense, fine. But if it's something to, let's say, this type of public crime,
yeah,
how do you feel? Do you think he should get away with it or should go to prison?
right,
Now, your mum and dad would have, well, I can defend because it's my son, he's a good boy and all the rest of it.
right, right,
You as a sister say, yeah, but come on, look at the circumstances.
right. Yeah. You can't,
You may still side with your mum, but you may actually have extra points to consider.
right, right.
I'm
That's
not going to
true.
ask you to say whether
That's
you will or not, but
no, but
you
that's
see the principles.
interesting. That's a real, yeah, that is interesting too, to just think of how, the teenagers' horrendous behavior can
Yeah.
then screw up their parents' like entire like business and fortune. I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
to take down the hotel.
Well, the parents have a really kind to say, well, that my son didn't do it, and they were hiding them away and they're
Oh,
protecting them
sure.
instead of trying to like, you know, admit yes, that
Yeah, like
pay
we're
the
we're
do
getting
do the
him
crime.
we're getting him the help he needs and donating to the ASPCA.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly. But no, they're doing the complete opposite. And somebody said, well, maybe that the family are more criminal minded. So
Right.
maybe the whole business, they're just
Right.
wealthy because of criminal activity.
That's true. Yeah, yeah.
Um, you know, generally you wouldn't class them as a good person.
Right. Right.
You might say, well, maybe they're a bit untrustworthy.
Yeah, yeah. Huh.
So it's that sort of character flaw that is probably in the parents, which then leads on to the
Right.
children.
Right. Right.
Um, so you can kind of, I wouldn't say sympathize, but you can see how if the hierarchy is not of good character,
Right. Right.
the next generation down is not going to be a great character either.
Right. Right.
And I think this is,
Like,
in one sense, for the Queen, she's very upstanding, very good character, no
right.
blemishes on anything she said or did over
Right.
70 years. She would probably believe that her family has been brought up the correct way, so there should be no blemishes, and
Right.
we'll deal with it. We'll make it go away, you
Right.
know?
Right.
But now with a brother in charge of the
Yeah.
same institution, and now it's a second event,
Yes.
uh, I
And
can't get involved. I have to be impartial, neutral to this, and you're going to have to fend for yourself.
right. And that's what like so the guy was also pointing out that so his point was since they've been, sort of hiding Andrew away and like trying to get him out of the get him out of the way. Uh,
Yeah.
but in a way, he sees as protecting Andrew.
Yes.
I was like, I don't even see it as protecting Andrew. I feel it as like just out of here. Like it is more like
Hmm.
exile, right? It's like we don't want to be around you, but like we have nothing else to do with you. And if we kick
Yeah.
you out completely, you might go do stupid stuff abroad. So like we have to keep you
Hmm.
here.
Yeah.
So
We're gonna put you under country arrest as opposed to
right,
house
right.
arrest.
Yeah, basically. So, but he was saying that he felt like that that the someone else in the other like, royal little pockets, so like
Yeah.
Charles's crew or William's crew or whatever, they had to have known that there was more than just Virginia Jeffries that was in the closet, the skeletons in the closet. And so
Yes.
he's saying like, how many skeletons are they trying to hide away by also exiling Andrew to like keep it out of everything? But
But it could also bring into question, if you think about it, maybe you don't know the relationship and the concept of how you've met with all these, in this case, girls in Andrew's case.
right,
So again, let's take your mum and dad and you.
yeah,
Your brother comes home with a different girl every 3 or 4 months.
right. Mhm.
You have no idea how he met or whatever. Say, oh, I just thought
True.
I'd bring them around for tea or whatever.
Right,
You
right,
take it on face value of the meeting. Then 10 years pass and you find out that your brother was involved in a criminal
right,
activity
right. Or
associated
the
to maybe
girls
one
were
of
like
them.
being trafficked
And
or
you think,
something. Yeah,
ooh, like, ooh, does that mean everybody that he brought home is all from the
oh, right,
same lineage? Because you meet people on face value the first time. You wouldn't
right,
go in and say, how did you find? And they're going to say, oh, we met at a party. Oh, all right,
right,
normal
right,
things. Not a
right,
pre-arranged party. Who would admit, oh, it was set up by somebody else so that we were pre-arranged.
right,
So yeah, they probably saw all these people coming through,
right,
but because they didn't know the crime existed, they wouldn't be suspicious.
right. That's true. And I mean, Andrew was have like allegedly had so
Yeah.
many, I'll say, regular affairs anyway. Like I
Hmm.
believe he had
Yeah.
plenty of affairs with non-trafficked people. So
Yeah.
it's sort of like you said, it's like, how are you supposed to know which ones are which? Or if you even know
Yeah.
at that point, you don't
Even
even
if,
know that that is a possibility, right? Like
yeah. Hmm.
so, and even if you know after the fact, I guess my thinking is, I guess I'm thinking out loud is like, so at what point are you responsible to like bring him down, right? Like, are you supposed, as the royals, Charles or William, are you supposed to then out that you have all this information against him and also possibly bring yourself down with it? Like, what are
Yeah.
you supposed to do with it? Or do you just keep him in exile and just deal with as it comes out? Like,
Yeah, I think you limit the damage control, which is what
yeah,
you would do. I'm just thinking of, I'm not being a parent, so maybe you can
yeah,
corroborate this. But if my child was involved with drugs,
right,
what would I want to do? I'd want to keep them home
right,
and away from the current friends and people that he's associated with, so therefore we can get them off the drugs.
right.
Um,
Yeah.
limit damage control.
Hmm.
Isn't that the same principle? It's just a different scenario, but it's the same thing. It's like, oh,
Right,
we have no fact or proof of what crime is being done, but there is suspicion and news and people talking out there,
right,
and royals and famous people, they're all the same, politicians,
right,
presidents. It's limit damage control, retreat out of public eye, so questions cannot be asked directly straight away. And you're going to close down as many channels of communication as possible, so therefore access to the source is very restricted.
right.
It's
That's
just that we're looking at a very high profile person
right,
that
right,
people start, oh, but
right.
take the CEO of, let's take Bill Gates.
Yeah,
You know, are there any skeletons in his closet in doing business?
yeah,
Maybe, maybe not.
yeah.
But until it comes out, we can't assume
Right,
and we can't point fingers.
right. But yes, but it would be like saying, that, well, like, well, Bill Gates' brother knew something and he didn't say anything. Like, all
Would
that means
you?
Bill Gates' brother is the king.
Yeah, but
But
why
it's
would
like,
you
what's he
as
like? And I question the idea that they would even know that much, because I'm like,
yeah,
how do you know what's going on in your like your grown-up brother's email, even if it's a
yeah.
palace email address, right? You
Hmm.
you don't know, and like your people who like manage you within the palace probably also don't know. It's like his secretaries that are dealing with him, Andrew's
Yeah.
secretaries, and
Hmm.
like they all have their own little pockets. I'm like, and they probably keep a lot of things like close to the
Yeah.
vest. So it's like,
Oh,
yeah, it's like
well, we can put
they
it
don't
back
want
to
to
you,
get
can't we?
they don't want to get their person, Andrew,
Yeah.
in trouble with the others,
Hmm.
right?
Yeah.
Like they'll
Well,
probably try to hide it.
Eddie knows you've got a brother. Your
Right,
brother knows about Eddie. But does he know what you were doing last weekend?
right.
No,
No. Right,
no. So therefore, he doesn't know the sort of message you've had or where you've been and what you've done.
right,
And neither does your mum.
right,
You may have said, "Oh yeah, we went out to a meal." Okay, great. But your brother probably doesn't know.
right. Nope.
I'm not saying.
No,
Yeah,
I know, but you're right. But it's
yeah.
like, yeah, we're grown-ups and like we don't live in the same space. Like,
Same
even
space.
and if they lived in the same place, they live in palaces. So they don't live in
Hmm.
they're not like
Yeah,
walking by each other all the time.
there's
Yeah.
more than one flight of stairs that gets you from the first to the third floor.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
probably several of them. So if I wanted to avoid you, I
Yes.
can go down the east wing and into the central one, or the east wing's got a flight of stairs, the west wing's got a
Right.
flight of stairs,
Right.
the south wing's got a
Right.
flight of stairs. Yeah, I could probably walk around the same house for probably days.
Right.
And
And
if I purposely tried to
yeah, if
avoid
you're
you in
trying to
the
avoid
dining
them.
room,
Right.
you could probably do that.
Right. And oh, I forgot, my mom told me that I don't know, saw in an article. I haven't
Yeah.
checked this, but she saw that I guess some of Andrew's staff are leaving.
Hmm.
And there was sort of like a probably more of a joke, a comment made like he might have to open his own doors. Like there may not be enough
Well,
staff left to do
Well,
stuff
I
for him.
I I did see that. I think
You
it was
did?
today actually. As a news article. So Andrew's now moved to I think somewhere in Norfolk or Norwich. So he's now gone to this other
Is,
estate
is,
temporarily.
oh, okay, because it's
And
not because the new place isn't ready for him.
correct.
Okay.
So he's left where he was originally.
Right.
Also, he's now going to be not entitled to have as much staff as before because the place he's going to is a lot smaller.
Right.
So,
Right.
yes, there will be an exodus of staff.
Right.
I think it was said that he's going to be entitled to have three staff wherever he is. Now, whether that's three staff only now for the temporary time or
Right.
three staff in the future, of which, yes, he will probably have to get used to opening his own front door
Right.
because he won't
Right.
have a door. Okay, fair
Right.
enough. But it also stated in the article saying that if any staff do not feel comfortable working with Andrew, they don't have to.
That's okay. That's what my mom said. Yeah, if they're uncomfortable. So does that mean they get to work in a different royal household, or they just leave work? Because I'm like, I feel like that's a given in general, where it's like, yeah, if you don't feel comfortable, you can always quit. But like the better idea
Yeah,
alternative would be like, if you don't want to work for him, we'll make sure we find you a different place so you're not like, you know,
cast
uh
out. Yeah.
punished for this.
Hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't
I
know.
wonder.
I would
Yeah,
hope that they would be able to switch,
right.
but
Right.
then you've got to kind of make a new position for them
Right.
because let's take the doorman. The
Right.
doorman of Andrew's old place no longer needs to be employed
Right.
or he doesn't want to work there anymore.
Sure.
Well, if I'm only doing the duty of a doorman, every other royal member who has a doorman has got a doorman already.
Right,
So
right. Or just
we either need to ask all the doormen, would you like to be the doorman of Andrew now? As they
yeah,
all say
swap.
no, yeah, do a swap over.
Yeah,
But if there isn't, what
right,
do? You create a new position for the doorman to be the back doorman?
right. So,
I don't know.
okay. So then let's speculate. So what are three staff we think? I'm guessing maid, cook, and butler. Maid, cook, butler.
I would have thought a PA person that runs
Oh,
his
okay.
diary and
I guess,
business. So
oh, okay. To
that
me, that doesn't, to me, that's not like house staff. That's like
oh
just someone who comes and
true.
goes.
We said three staff, so I
Three
don't know,
staff. I
but
was thinking three house staff.
mm,
Okay.
okay. So um
Otherwise, you're right. Yes, he has to have his like personal
PA,
secretary of some
PR,
sort.
the
Yeah, yeah,
PR person that could be, let's say, the kind of the butler, all
yeah.
built into one.
Yeah. Right.
Could be. Um, so therefore, the butler would help with that. A housekeeper of some
Yeah,
kind
she's got,
to
yeah,
maintain the property, and maybe a security guard. But if the security isn't
yeah.
part of a separate entity,
Right.
the housekeeper, would she be the cook? Maybe.
That's what I was gonna say. Who's cooking? Yeah.
Yeah.
Some,
But then think about it, if it's a big enough property, he's going to need a gardener too.
right. Well, that might already, I would, it might already have a gardener though,
It
right?
might,
Because
the
it's
gardener might
already,
belong to the property as
and like
opposed
maybe
to
there's
the person who lives there.
already like the groundskeeper or whatever,
Hmm.
right? Like someone who's
Of
managing the
which,
house, right?
yes, I was going to say, if you think about it, if it's the house that's already a royal residence,
Right.
maybe it comes with standard stuff. So you've got the housekeeper who knows the house, you've got the groundskeeper, you've got the cleaner and all that.
Right.
So maybe those are there. So the only staff that would be working with Andrew might be his personal
Oh,
valet
yeah,
and butler,
that's true.
um, maybe a security detail of some
Right.
kind, and maybe a driver. I don't know.
Right. Right. That's true.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, 'cause thinking about it, most properties, if you think about it, it's the they work for the property immaterial whether the person's there or not.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Um, so maybe thinking on a different level, it's only
Hmm.
personal staff that are going to work with Andrew.
Right. Right. So I wonder if that's what they mean. Yeah. Because, yeah. Well, so there's the new season or half season of Bridgerton has been released. I caught up with it
Hmm.
last night, but
Okay.
it's still it's still Bridgerton. It's still not
It's still,
Downton
yeah.
but they have but it is still like, the upstairs downstairs kind of thing where like
Hmm.
they're out in the countryside and they need a place to stay and he's like, oh yeah, my cottage is like over here, and it's of course like a grand like country estate,
Oh
and
yeah. Hmm.
it's like, and the housekeeper and like the grounds, it was just like an old married couple or whatever, they just kind of run everything because no one's usually there sort of thing.
Yeah.
So it
Hmm.
was like, oh, I'm so sorry, like we went to visit our daughter or whatever, got stuck in the storm, so it was like he didn't know how to get into his own house because he's like, someone just opens the door.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So
Who key? What key? What's a key?
yeah, he's like,
Because it's always
maybe,
unlocked.
yeah, he's like, maybe they hit a key around here, and then of course the person that he's with, she's like trained as a maid, but he turns around,
Hmm.
she's gone, and she's opening up the front door. She's like, there was a window right there, like I just climbed in the window.
Just climbing the window. Yeah, could well be. I got in your own
Yeah,
house. But if you actually think about it, I think we may have actually realized the staff. He's moving into a property that is a living property, so it
it's
would already
already
have a grounds
being
person and a
maintained.
cleaner, so it's being maintained.
Right, right. So even if they have to, I mean, they're obviously renovating it or whatever for him, which
Yeah,
fine. But yeah, but still, someone's been maintaining it as it was
as it
this whole
was,
time.
whether it needs
Yeah,
renovation or not. So yeah, I think we've thinking about it, we've
right,
probably come up thinking, yeah, his staff is not the staff that runs the house.
right,
Which is where maybe if they're not comfortable working around Andrew, they can now leave.
right, right,
So yeah, because it's like, well, how many staff is he going to take with him if he's only taking three?
right, right.
And maybe three is the actual personal element,
Mm-hmm.
the virtual assistant or whatever it is,
Right,
the PR person, the butler, and
right,
a driver or a security guard.
right,
The only
right.
basic ones I can think of. There's probably a dozen more.
That's true. Yeah, yeah. It's like
roles.
I mean, they don't usually have ballots anymore, do they? Like
Oh, I
that's
think they
not like a
do.
primary person, right? Like
Um,
if you're
I would think that they have somebody who helps them get dressed, and
right,
they pick out the right type of clothes that they need to wear to what event they're going to go and all the rest of
okay,
it. Um,
but you think that
I'm
person
sure
doubles
it's
as something else too? Like they're not only,
maybe
yeah,
it's possible. Wouldn't know, but
yeah,
I think that personal valet for sure.
yeah. I said
But
valet
then
because that's what they always say in like all the old-timey British
uh,
shows.
yes, valet.
Because to us,
Yeah,
valet is someone who parks your car for you, right?
true.
In the US. So a
Yes.
valet
Yeah.
is someone who is there to get you dressed in your
Hmm.
room, get you dressed and
Yes.
undressed.
Yeah. But I think they do other tasks as well, but
Yeah, they
I'm
probably,
sure.
yeah, yeah. Um,
Um, so what about here's a word I'll spell it for you. Resume.
Rusume. Oh, like resume or resume.
Exactly.
That's what I'm
Yes.
saying. It was like, are we, do we have an accent
Hmm.
on the
No
end?
accent, not in English. We don't use accents.
You're right. Yeah, yeah.
Um, so I always, when we're watching Netflix or whatever, oh, resume.
A resume. That's good.
Yeah. I don't see no resume here, nor
Yeah,
no
yeah.
CV.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was telling my coworkers how Piper says British
Oh,
and how she,
British.
yeah, she's figuring out, yeah, that's the way she say anything with a British accent is like just take
Hmm.
out the middle letters. That's how
Okay.
she does
British.
it. British.
Uh, British.
Yeah, it's not. I was like, I mean, it's some region, some region of Britain,
Yeah.
British.
Yeah. She just
It's
moved the emphasis of the
not the
consonant
Queen's,
around, didn't it? Yeah, because it's British, isn't it? We
right?
make it sound like a two, there are two T's in it.
Right. But if you say, if you're what, I don't even know if it's South London or what it is, but when you're the ones who say like in it, like
In
if
it.
you in it,
In
yeah.
it.
Would
In
you
it.
be like British in it?
It's a bit British, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's a bit British. Yeah. There is that. I'm
Right.
trying
That's what I was
trying
thinking
to
of.
think. There
Yeah.
is. Yeah. Yeah, it depends if you want to use the King's English now, because I guess it's
Sure.
no longer the Queen's English.
Yes.
Um, but generally, yes, I think in common sense it's British. But then Katy says the
Yeah.
British are very good at swallowing letters in words.
Oh, interesting. That's funny. I hadn't thought
Yeah,
about it that way.
because sometimes I say something and she went, "Oh, I hear it like, and I'm like, what? No, I said, and he said, yeah, you hear it. I just hear it. You sound like a frog. This is when you're swallowing half the letter to the word. What is it meant to sound like? Oh, I don't know. I suppose it sound like British.
Really funny. Oh my gosh. I think I probably said it before, but Piper's dad always said I garbled my marbles. That was, I was like, I've
Yes.
never heard anybody else say that phrase, but I
No.
always liked it. Where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, if I'm not enunciating enough, especially if I'm getting tired or whatever, and I'm just kind of
Hmm.
like mumbling around, I'm like, it's like,
Hold your marbles. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, it's like stop garbling
Yeah.
your marbles.
All right. So, I was going to say, it's like having what you, did you ever have a candy called a gobstopper?
Yes. Yeah, we had
Okay.
gobstoppers. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Usually,
I didn't like them. I don't know. I didn't eat them really. But
no,
the whole
I,
point was that they like take forever, right? To eat.
yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. And they change color.
Oh, okay. Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah,
I
it
knew.
started off with like a golf ball size, don't and
Oh my gosh.
oh look, it's a bit more. Oh, it's almost all blue now. Oh look, it's going pink.
Oh,
Oh look,
that's
it's pink
funny.
now.
So what's the difference between a gobstopper and a jawbreaker? Did you guys have jawbreakers? Or was that just this?
Jawbreakers are kind of a
Because
chewy
those were big.
tallow type things, aren't they?
I feel like those were big, solid, like hard candies that the whole
Oh,
point was that if you like were to bite it, it would like break your
break your
jaw.
jaw.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just wondering if this is a an
Like,
Americanism.
That's what I say. I'm wondering if they
Um,
took Gobstopper and just made it into a jawbreaker. Like,
well, as we're doing languages, so
yeah,
yesterday I
yeah,
was at networking in Texas,
yeah,
as you expect me to,
yeah. Sure.
and and the woman who's doing insurance looked up, and I was half listening and doing something else at the same time, and she was talking about how the got to talk to the drivers about doing checks to their vans and what have you, and checking the information, blah blah, and the tires and all that,
Yeah.
and then talked about backing up. And I went, what? Why do they got backup data before they leave for their work?
Yeah.
What the hell? And I start listening a bit and backing up. What's
Yeah.
she on about? Oh, I think what she meant was you've got to check the vehicle before you back up, as in when you reverse the car or the
Oh, that's like, yeah,
vehicle,
we say back. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Right.
you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
backing
You're
up.
backing up.
And
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
and I was waiting for the moment, I didn't get a chance. But if you actually look very carefully at the gear stick, it has the letter R on it, not the letter B.
That's
I
true.
rest my case.
So I looked up real quick. Uh, I but are gobstoppers the same as jawbreakers? AI overview. Gobstoppers and jawbreakers are essentially the same candy, both
Mm.
referring to the hard, multi-layered spheres that dissolve slowly in the mouth. The primary difference is regional, with gobstopper commonly used in the UK and jawbreaker commonly used in the US. So, what I would say to that is that there's a chance that I have never seen it like actually as a gobstopper, but the reason why I know that is because of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, Willy Wonka,
Mm.
the Everlasting Gobstopper,
Yeah.
which is a British
A British
movie.
film, yes. Yeah,
And so
British.
yeah, so the gobstopper is like, yeah, that I knew what that was, but then I was like, oh,
Hmm.
but we might have called them jawbreakers more often. So,
Might well do,
but
yes.
I learned from the movie what
There you
a
go. Yeah.
gobstopper is.
And because it was a British movie,
Yeah.
you would have probably absorbed that much quicker than a Jawbreaker. Ooh, gobstoppers.
And the the idea of the everlasting gobstopper,
Mm.
which I remember, well, at least in the Johnny Depp version, he's like, think about it. He's like, for the kids who don't have much money, like this can last like the whole year or whatever, right? Like one candy.
Yeah.
And of course, my first thought is gross. Second,
Okay, yes. Yeah.
second thought is, well, you're like, what kind of business is this where you like don't expect them to buy any other pieces of candy for like the year, right?
Hmm.
Or it's just
Yeah.
like it's such a nice idea, but like you're gonna sell this stuff like all the time. Like,
Yeah, and I think in the movie they changed the flavors. But if you think about it, if you're always sucking on a strawberry candy
right,
after a week, I think you get fed up with the same flavor. So
true.
naturally, you buy a different everlasting gobstopper of a
Right,
different
right.
flavor.
So were the different colors always the same flavor? Because I never ate them really.
Gosh, last time I ate one of those, well, let's put this. I'm not going to tell you how many years ago it was, but I was probably only about 5 or 6 at the time, anyhow.
Okay.
Um, I don't remember. I remember them changing colors. I don't recall them having flavors, but they may have today, or certain ones did, but I can't recall if they did or not,
Okay. Yeah.
to
Oh,
be
so I did
honest.
not know this that gob is the British slang for mouth. So
Correct.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's something to stop your mouth. That's why we say
Yes.
jawbreakers,
Hence
they
what.
break your jaw.
Hmm.
We don't know what a
Yeah. The
gob is.
idea is like, yeah, usually as
That just
kids, if
sounds like a
you
made up word to us, gobstoppers.
know, as kids, if you being cheeky to another one, you would say, "Shut your gob."
That's good.
There's a bit of Cockney coming out of it. Shut your gob.
Shut your gob. That's fun. Well,
So,
interesting. Well, so I know, let's see. So I've got Piper. What have you
hmm.
got going on this evening and weekend?
I have a meeting, which I'm a couple of minutes late for.
Oh, okay. Whoops.
Oops, yeah.
Yep.
And then I'm going to be catching up doing some reports and maybe a couple of bits of website work over the weekend.
Okay.
I think
All
it's
right.
going to be a little bit of a catch up with some stuff for that, basically. That's about it. One thing I
Okay.
was going to mention,
Yeah.
that I was going to say is that news is saying that King Charles is throwing out an olive branch to Harry and Meghan to go and visit in the summer to
Okay.
either his Highgrove house or whatever, hoping that that will pave the way for a way to go to the Victors Games in England next year.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Well, that sure
So,
would be nice if
yeah.
they can manage that.
But of course, William isn't so keen on that. You can partially
Sure,
see
he's not.
why.
Yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
yeah, let's see what comes from that in the news articles during the week.
Right, right. That's true. Okay, well, I'll let you get to your meeting, but it was lovely
Okay.
chatting with you. I'm glad you're feeling better.
Yes. Thank you. Sorry for my tardiness.
Oh, goodness, that's
Um,
fine. You're fine.
yeah, I know. I got much, but at least this time. Usually, what happens after I finish tea time with you, I get
Mhm.
to my meeting on Monday because you're like usually the last one, and
Oh,
I get into my
same
meeting and I got some tea, tea room
background.
behind me.
That's great. Oh, that's good.
Okay.
Well, until next
Well,
week.
until
Okay.
next week. Have a good weekend.
Thank you. You too.
Enjoy Piper, and